This video will show you how to start a corporation in New York. The first thing you have to do is decide what name your business will operate under. To see what names are available, you can perform a business entity search, which will take you to the Department of State's website. This will allow you to search their database and see what names are already on file. If you'd like some assistance with that, we have a link here, which will take you to our tutorial. The next step is the filing process. The filing process is fairly straightforward, though it differs between each entity type. For example, we'll do domestic corporations to start. So, with domestic corporations, there are four main types: profit, professional service, nonprofit, and benefit. We'll start with profit corporations. First thing you do is download the appropriate PDF to your entity type. Once downloaded, have it printed off, and then the information specified on this tutorial needs to be submitted. Once the information has been submitted, you'll need to make a filing fee of $125 made out to the Department of State, included with your filings. And this is payable by check or credit card, debit card authorization. And what that is, it's a file that the Department of State has supplied, which will allow you to use your credit or debit card information through the mail. And that is useful to those who don't have checks available to them. Also, you will be able to reserve a name for up to 60 days prior to filing. And you can do this with a name reservation. We have included a link here, which will take you to our tutorial on that. And that will, basically what that is it's a form that you can print off and then request a name, and they'll send you a receipt if your name has been accepted. And that name will be in their system for 60 days prior to filing. This will give you a bit of extra time in your filing process and allow you to keep that name in their system. If you have reserved a name, be sure to include a receipt, the receipt for name reservation with your filings. So just to quickly recap, you download the PDF, print it off, input the information, then have a filing fee made out and send it to the Department of State, along with your receipt for name reservation if applicable. There's also an online filing system that they have, but it's only for a few entity types. This system is a bit more streamlined and easy, and definitely recommended. What you do is you go to their website. I have a link here. Type in your desired name, and then the steps are fairly straightforward. You input the same information, and then at the end you're required to pay by credit card, and yeah, it's just a lot easier. So for professional service corporations, both foreign and domestic, they have a different process. It starts the same. You print off the PDF, fill in the information, but then you're required to obtain a certificate of authority, and this is done by sending this document to the Education Department. So just make sure you read these steps really carefully. As you can see here, this one says there's a filing fee of $90, and the address for the Education Department is here. And once that's done, you will then have to also send these documents to the Department of State. But it's all in the tutorial, so make sure you just read all the steps. And the process for most types of entities for corporations are like that. So, a few things to note before signing off here is that you will be required to have an employer identification number, and this is a number similar to that of a social security number, and this is a legal way of performing business transactions in the States, and this is required, and we have a tutorial available to you by clicking here, and you can do this online as well and through the mail by this form here. New York also requires new corporations to draft a set of corporate bylaws. And what that is, it's like an agreement set in place between managing members of your corporation that states certain rules of business conduct. We have a free template available in both Microsoft Word and PDF formats. If you click on the link here, it'll take you to that page. The renewal process for most corporations is fairly straightforward. It's every 2 years, and you can do so by filing online. they have provided a e-statement filing service which takes you to their website. You enter your information for your entity, and then you pay a small fee. It's like $9. It's not a lot, and that's the easiest one. There are some variations, so depending on what entity type you're choosing, make sure you check out the bottom of the tips section, check out the renewal process, and see exactly what is required of your entity type. So that's pretty much it for filing for corporations. One thing to note is that if you are a foreign corporation, you will be required to include a certificate of existence, or it's sometimes called a certificate of good standing, with your filing, and that's required. And that just tells the state that your entity is still in good standing and there are no debts owed or no delinquent accounts active. Other than that, I wish you good luck with your new corporation.